today is a day for an investigation to mourn these precious Georgians that we have lost, to thank the first responders that went, into the line of fire, the school staff.
The governor talking about friends and neighbors and the need to come together today. Governor camping law enforcement from across the state at Apalachee High School for most of the day yesterday, and they continued to work overnight to learn new information.
The newest update we have this morning is the shooting suspect was booked overnight into the Gainesville Youth Detention Center. This all started as a shots fired call with first responders on the scene in a matter of minutes. Bobeth Yates joining us live from Apalachee High School in Winder. Again, that's about an hour northeast of Atlanta.
Bobeth, the GBI updated us late last night with new information about the timeline of what happened there.
Yes, they did, and flags are half-staff here as folks continue to grapple with this tragic event that took place here at Apalachee High School. And during that update, law enforcement not only gave us more information about the victims, but also details about the suspect, 14-year-old Colt Gray. And they say they were able to get to him very quickly because of a new safety precaution ID button that has an emergency alert attached to it. Now, according to GBI, around 10:20 Wednesday morning, the Barrow County Sheriff's Office received alerts of an active shooter sent when staff members here at Apalachee High School began pushing the emergency button on their ID. We're told within minutes law enforcement was on scene, as well as 2 resource officers assigned to the school. They immediately encountered the suspect, Colt Gray, and they say he quickly surrendered. Now, prior to that, officials accused Gray of pulling out an automatic weapon and opening fire in a classroom, hitting and killing 2 students and 2 teachers. 9 others were also hospitalized. Take a listen as GBI described the ordeal.
This is still a very fluid investigation. It is still very active. We will have agents and there will be law enforcement personnel that will be pursuing investigative leads and collecting evidence throughout the night and into much of tomorrow, I would anticipate as well. We again ask for your patience in that. This is a criminal investigation.
Again, 9 people were also injured. Of the 9, 8 of them were students, 1 of them a teacher. We're told they were hospitalized and several of them have since been released. Now let's send it over to our Ariana Maniz with more details on the suspect, who we're just informed that will be charged as an adult. Ariana?
Bobeth, the 14-year-old Colt Gray is accused of opening fire here at Apalachee High School. He'll be charged with murder and he has been booked. He will be tried as an adult as well. Now, 11 Alive, we went to his home, which is about 6 miles away from the high school, and we watched as multiple agencies, they spent hours searching the home. Now we're learning from the FBI that Gray was investigated by the Jackson County Sheriff's Office last year after he allegedly posted photos of guns online threatening to commit a school shooting. Now the Sheriff's Office interviewed Gray and his father, who said there were guns inside the house, but the teen did not have unsupervised access to those guns. Now the Sheriff's Office, they say they did alert local schools for continued monitoring, but there was no probable cause for arrest. Now neighbors that we spoke to, they say the suspect lived at his home with his dad and his younger siblings. And a neighbor who lives across the street says she would only see the younger siblings and never knew the teen lived there until yesterday when she saw him waiting for the bus for the first time. Take a listen.
He had on jeans, a dark or black zip-up hoodie with the hood up, and a black backpack. I don't know, I just felt odd. So hours later, this starts unfolding, and then my grandson sends me a picture that's one of the students at Apalachee snapped of the shooter when he had his gun in his hand. And he said, "Gigi, is this who you saw?" And that was the boy. And that's terrifying.
Now 11 Alive did attempt to speak to his father, but he declined to speak with us. Sending it now over to Liza Lucas, who is live at Grady. Liza?
Ariana, yes, we're here live at Grady because that was where one of the victims was rushed yesterday following the shooting at Apalachee High. Now, we do know from the last update from the Barrow County Sheriff's Office that all 9 of those that were injured, 8 students, 1 teacher, are expected to recover. But we've also started to learn more about those who were lost yesterday. The 2 teachers, the 2 students. We're going to show you their pictures now. 2 of those math teachers, Christina Aramy, 53 years old, Also, math teacher and coach Richard Aspinwall, 39 years old. 2 students, only 14, Christian Angelo and Mason Shermahorn. 11 Alive speaking with students at last night's vigil that was held in the community, one of whom shared a little more about Coach A, as he was called, who taught math again at the high school.
He was a fun dude. He was caring. He really just cared about everyone. He didn't really care about his own feelings. He mostly cared about people first.
Cared about people first. An incredible legacy right there, and one that the community is already working to honor. More than $50,000 has been raised for Coach A's wife and his 2 young children. We also know there's a verified GoFundMe for 14-year-old Christian. It's raised more than $30,000 so far to help with funeral expenses. His sister on that GoFundMe page describing her brother as very sweet, so caring. He was loved by many. And as we continue to learn more about the families, their impact, and what they leave behind, we will continue to bring those stories to you and let you know how you can help on 11alive.com. Sending it back to you guys.
Encouraging to see how the community is showing up to put their arms around the families impacted this morning.
And they will need that for the months and years to come. Apalachee students and students from really all across the metro, they knew the importance of just being together in this moment. They came into the school last night in Winder for this vigil. Students still in shock over what happened, even former students showing up to support.
It could have been me. And I'm just thankful that I'm here, and I'm sorry for all the families that did lose their babies.
No one deserves to die at school. You know, you can only hear thoughts and prayers so much till you get fed up with it.
Barrow County schools are out for the rest of the week, but they will have those grief counselors on hand 12 hours, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the district office. That will be today and tomorrow.
More coverage coming up. It's 6:11 now.